Episode 8. Welcome back, guys. Born Winners Pod. Thank you for all y'all support.
We're coming out firing.
Mm-hmm.
No pun intended.
Yeah. None of that. Got some good stuff today. A little Warriors talk, a little Boston talk after game 1. A little LeBron Billy talk. Let's start with that. LeBron is officially the only active NBA player to make $1 billion. What are your thoughts?
Is it just NBA or is it athlete?
Ooh, great question. Might be
athletes. But nah, them the soccer dudes.
Yeah.
Like Messi, Ronaldo, them, and like
baseball too. They make money too. I don't know if there's any billionaire status dudes.
Baseball players do, but it's like they more so get like like 300 million for 10 years, which is a lot. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But it's over a 10-year thing as opposed to it being like however many million NBA players get for like 4 years.
Right.
What's the max? Like 200 some odd?
Yeah.
Like
we'll see. Whatever Jokic gets this upcoming off season.
Yo, speaking of him, I saw a thing that said like when he retires, he wants to go back to Serbia and train some horses.
Listen, man, I have
that ain't the most Jokic thing I ever heard in my life.
I like him, man. He's straight to his roots. He don't deal with all this internet shit. Yeah. When he's done with the NBA, he go back home and do what he like to do.
Did you know his brothers are like his managers?
I didn't know managers. I saw personal bodyguards.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like manager's exact term for it, but like they was talking about like the contract extension, right? And they were saying that like his brothers met with the management of like the Nuggets. And I was just like, yo, I didn't know they was that deep into it. Like
I thought they were just professional bodyguards.
Bro, they real life mobsters out here, man. Like the Serbian mobsters don't play. Yeah, but anyway, back to
LeBron.
That's why he's a GOAT. Jordan couldn't do it. No, I'm playing. You stop. Jordan's a GOAT. I'm lying. Don't come for me, please. But I don't know. I think it's like it's interesting. It's dope as fuck that he was able to become a billionaire. I was kind of like, I think I heard Kobe was a billionaire too, but I didn't realize Kobe wasn't active when he got there, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like, so according to Skip Bayless, right, Jordan's better than LeBron because the shoes he sells is better than LeBron's shoes. But LeBron got a Billy at a young age than Jordan got. Does Skip have to say LeBron's better than Jordan now? How much you want to bet they talk about on Undisputed?
Right.
How much you want to bet? Actually, they probably already did. It was last week. They probably did talk about it. I just didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't think I saw it, but there's really not too much to say about it anyways. Yeah. I mean, it's something we all saw coming regardless at some point in time.
Yeah. My question is it like he got $1 billion cash? Or is it like his net worth?
I think it's just
that's a little different than like saying I got $1 billion like
right
my bank account.
I think it's just his assets and the whole network.
I mean, that's still ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it is, but I'm sure he still has a bunch of things pulling from his accounts every day.
Probably. Unless he pays for all his shit in cash. Then he might not. Which I could actually see it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think if I was that rich, I mean, I personally don't think paying in cash is all it's like worked up to be. But this ain't a finance podcast, so I'm gonna let that slide. We'll have a finance special episode sometime.
We'll find somebody for that.
We'll talk about Bitcoin, all the cryptocurrencies.
I'm completely lost, but
man. Speaking of LeBron, and we talked about the whole like GM thing. So how people always be like, LeBron don't get quality help, right? If LeBron's a GM and LeBron don't get help, don't that make it LeBron's fault?
Yeah.
Like, so is he like the main issue with like all these teams he's on? Like, is LeBron the cancer?
He could be. I mean, it's true. When LeBron usually gets to a new team, he clears house and if you want to say handpicks his team, he kind of handpicks his team. So, I mean, if you want to say a franchise gets dumped because of him, Like, look at the Lakers. They gutted the Lakers, but it did return with a championship. So it's, to me, like, people say this, but like at the same time, your best chance to win is to have LeBron. So,
And he has
a
won
few
at least
years ago.
once everywhere he's went. So it's not like,
Right, right.
you get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, how you gonna cry about not having the help you need when like you weren't pulling the strings?
Right.
That's like a fat dude being like, damn, I can't lose the weight when he's the one making himself, cupcakes for dinner. Like, you can't really be upset at that point. But see, I don't know. Like, is he really the GM?
Not GM, but does he have a very high
My question is, does he have more of a pull than any other superstar does? Right. So not like a Kyrie or Dame, because they're like stars. But like, does he have more pull on the roster than like say Kevin Durant does?
I don't think so.
Stephen Curry does?
I don't think so.
You don't think? Or
because you're
Giannis?
gonna because what more can you do but to say, give me this guy? What more can you really do? You know what I'm saying? There's not much more they can do than have a say. So
I don't know, but I feel sometimes with him, it's like, do it. Like you know how your parents be like, hey, I'm not asking, I'm telling. Like, I feel like that's how LeBron be like.
Okay, I can see that.
I want to pay Tristan Thompson $80 fucking million. There's no way that was just a suggestion by LeBron.
Right.
Because ain't no way the Cavs said, yeah, let's pay him $80 million. And then they'd be paid Shump and JR that year. Ridiculous money. Ain't no way that was just a.
Yeah.
LeBron says he would like it. Like, no, it was LeBron told me to pay
to give money. Tristan 84, was it? Sounds like
I think it was
fighting
84.
Tooth and nail for that shit.
Bro. And like at first, honestly, the 84 wasn't that bad because the way the cap was going up. Because it was 84 over like 4 years, which is like what, 16, 18 mils? I don't know the math on it, something like that. But which wasn't like the worst, but then he got bad. So yeah, sorry. And then resorted to just, being another Kardashian.
Washed.
What team is he on now?
That one is he's on shit. Chicago. I wanted to say Sacramento. I wanted to say Sacramento, but I think it's Chicago. I don't know.
Yeah. Should have stayed in Cleveland. At least they love you for helping bring a championship.
Exactly. Speaking of championships, so we saw game one. I don't know if you saw game one, but the Celtics came back and won. Who do you think has the better supporting cast? Curry or Tatum as far as this finals?
The supporting cast. That's hard, right? Because like offensively, the answer is probably Golden State, right? Just with Klay, who can still, like, even though Klay's not the Klay we are accustomed to seeing, he's still shooting the lights out, or he's still Klay Thompson, right? And then Jordan Poole and all them. But the Celtics defensively, though, with everyone they have, like, I think they have like what, 3-4 people who are at least got a vote for like defensive player of the year type thing. So like it's tough. I think Tatum has the better supporting player in Jaylen Brown versus who would it be, Steph or Klay Thompson on the Warriors. Who do you think is better? Who would you rather have, Klay Thompson or Jaylen Brown?
Right now, you're talking right now, or we're talking career-wise?
I think you had to talk right now because we can't talk career-wise because Jaylen Brown's
at this very moment, I'm taking Jaylen Brown. It hurts to say. I like Klay, but
it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to say. We're not going. I'm not.
I was a Klay fan. I like Klay. I still like him, but I think Jaylen Brown's just more effective right now. I think this hurts to say. I think he's more of a help to Tatum than Klay is to Curry right now.
I think Jaylen Brown is better, and I don't think it's that much of a debate, to be honest. Right now,
Yeah.
Like right now, Jaylen Brown is he's more capable of blowing up. Like, who's more likely to give you 30? Klay or Jaylen Brown?
Right now, Jaylen Brown.
Exactly. Anyone saying Klay is, on that
We all know
stuff.
Klay has the thing is people are so trapped and stuck in the past. Like Klay will blow up. Like there's a few games ago he blew up. He had a pretty good game, but that's once in a while.
We're talking. That's the thing. If we're talking all time Klay, that's a different story.
Right.
We're talking post back to back what ACL meniscus back to back injuries for him. Right now, it's Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
I don't think
it's just hard for some.
He's better. He's better defensively as of right now. Right. Better offensively as of right now. Klay Thompson, well, his averages in terms of like points didn't have that much of a dip. His field goal percentage is the lowest it's been since his rookie year, I think. His 3-point percentage is like 38 or something like that. His career average has been like damn near 42. So he's literally been having one of his worst seasons since his rookie year, which he has come off injury, right? So could this answer change next season? Possibly.
Yeah.
But like right now, it's Jaylen Brown. Yeah. While we're on the topic of Klay Thompson, I remember like back in college, my like sophomore, junior year of college, I got an argument with some friends. We was debating James Harden versus Klay Thompson back when Harden like first or second year or whatever on the Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
And people were trying to tell me that Klay Thompson is just as good as James Harden. And they stupid. Like stupid. Like the argument, the debate between the two, in my opinion, was the most pointless debate I've ever seen in my life. Because anyone who in their right mind who thinks Klay Thompson can do what James Harden does on his own team, you're an idiot,
bro. He can't at all.
He cannot now, could not ever.
No, not at all.
Granted, now obviously James Harden did not have a good year this year. James Harden is not on I'm not very high on James Harden.
No, we're talking.
I'm not as high on James Harden as I had been in the past. But Klay Thompson's not touching James Harden.
No.
On all time list things, he's not touching James Harden. Not even close. Not if he was on his own team. Not in his dreams. Not nowhere. Never gonna happen.
Right.
But and I don't got beef with James Harden. Well, I'm slightly biased. I don't like the Warriors as a team.
Yeah, I can tell.
Also, who do you want to win? Who you rooting for in this finals?
I'm not rooting for anybody. Honestly, I'm just watching the games as a fan. I really not rooting for anybody. I think, the Warriors have had enough. And I think the Celtics are people are severely overrating the whole Celtics team. So I'm not rooting for nobody. Because like we said before, had Giannis's team been healthy,
Nets
Brooklyn
been healthy.
Yeah, Nets. Yep. Well, yeah.
Had Ben Simmons not been
right, if they had the piece they were missing, were missing a legit piece.
Mm-hmm.
I think this conversation is completely different. So to be honest, I think they just kind of got there, which is fine. I mean, they worked hard, but they're still just kind of there. So,
you ever hope for something bad to happen that you shouldn't wish for it, but you're selfish enough to wish for it?
Honestly, at the stage of my life, no.
I'm hoping for one person to win, and his name is coronavirus. I'm hoping these finals get shut the fuck down. I'm hoping these finals get shut down.
So who do you think is truly gonna win, even if you don't want to say it in your heart of hearts?
It don't matter because I'm the loser either way. No matter who wins, I lose. Right. I hate them both.
Shit.
I would say, if I would take the bias out of it the best I can, the Warriors dropped the ball game one. Tatum played like, doo-doo. And to have him play like that and to still win the game, not just win the game, come back and win the game. Right? The Celtics as a whole weren't playing, their best at that moment. And then they came back and won it without Tatum playing well. You wasted a bad Tatum game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Curry's going to have a bad game, right? And they're going to lose that game, most likely. Because those are that good defensively that I don't think that the Warriors can overcome a bad Curry game. Right. And Curry's not been, he's not been LeBron in the finals. He's not Jordan in the finals, Shaq and Kobe, hell, even Giannis. He's never been one of them in the finals.
Right.
So Curry's gonna have a bad game or two. We're gonna have more than probably gonna have at least 2 or 3 bad games, in my opinion. And they're gonna lose those 2 or 3 games. Right. And if it's 3, that's the series right there.
Mm-hmm.
If it's 2, that's at least the game 7.
Okay.
And then it's like, can the Celtics defense win a game or 2 with Curry having a good game and still beat the Warriors? And that will be more so dependent on how they do with the rest of the Warriors team. But my thing is, like, the difference between these teams is, like, I feel like this team goes as Curry goes.
Yeah.
The Celtics are more well-rounded of a team where they have, him or Tatum and Brown. Right. And it's just, I feel like because not even that, because their defense is so good, I feel like they can shut down the other players on the Warriors and make it be a Steph, you have to beat us.
Yeah.
Which Steph is definitely more than capable of doing so.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Can he do it 4 times in this series? Could he? Yeah. Has he had a final series where he's had to do that? No. So I don't know. I think if I had to bet on it right now, but it's hard because it's hard for me to say Celtics is going to beat the Warriors. That doesn't really sound right. It don't
sound right at all.
But right now I'm giving Celtics in 7 because they won. Who was home in that game? Was that the
Warriors?
The Warriors were home.
Mm-hmm.
Celtics in 7 as of right now.
Okay.
I'm going to keep updating my predictions as the games go on, but right now I got Celtics in 7 just because I feel like that was a game the Warriors gave away.
Yeah.
And I'm going on the assumption people aren't giving away games, which they probably will because that's how it works.
Yeah.
But you can't predict when that's going to happen.
Right.
Who you got winning?
I don't know. I don't know.
Boo! Shut up.
I really don't. I don't
care.
All right.
Thank you. Gun to the head. Pick a.
The Warriors in 7 also. Well, Warriors in 7.
In 7.
It's hard to see the NBA let Steph Curry lose to a team that hasn't been there. Like, this is going to be his little thing where he gets his finals MVP, blah, 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 all that bullshit. So that's what I think. I think we should transition to a bigger beef or game here. Kevin Durant versus Stephen A. Smith.
Part 85.
100th time. I will say this, I think at this point, KD is just he's purposely doing this to get us riled up. Like, I think he does it on purpose. I do think social media affects him, but I think at this point, he's just doing it on purpose.
I think it did affect him, like back when he was doing the whole burner thing. And I think now he's just like, fuck it.
Yeah, I think it's like now, they caught me.
Now he's leaning into it.
Right.
Because I think it started because Stephen A said that Michael Jordan changed the game for the worse while Curry did it for the better. Yeah. Which sounds really, really bad.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I'm not the biggest Stephen A fan currently. I liked him growing up and whatnot. Nowadays, it's kind of like irritating.
Yeah.
But what he was saying when he said that, though, was that Curry made the game a team game, which is more about how the Warriors did it than Curry, right? But like the Warriors were a team game while Michael Jordan was so great, they wanted everyone to be Michael Jordan.
Right.
Whereas Curry's greatness was still revolving around the whole team, which is why he said Michael Jordan made it for the worst because now you're expecting people like LeBron to do it single-handedly.
Right.
Versus Curry's allowed to have help. And do that, which is what he meant by it. Either way, though, I say the statement of Jordan making the game, taking it into the worst, is like a really bad take because you could probably let's look at the ratings pre and post Jordan.
Right.
Like pre and post Jordan before LeBron became like an actual big deal. Well, he was always a big deal, but before LeBron was in the MVP conversations. Like Jordan, like, that's wild. But then even still, though, back to the point, with KD coming at him, I don't think what he said was that bad.
I don't think so either. I just
Like
think
all he said was people like Stephen A. Shannon and Skip are changing it for the worse, which I don't know if he actually meant that or if he was just saying it to prove a point.
No, he didn't. I don't think he meant to. He was just saying it. The point is, though, like, why do you have to? It's just why, though. Why? We ask that question a lot on here. Why?
Okay.
Like, why do you have to answer to everything, bro?
Answer me this, though. Why not?
Yo, if I was KD, I would be so unbothered. Like, I would be so unbothered with my money and chilling. And
that's the
like,
thing,
if someone were to speak on me,
people,
I'm nobody now, and somebody speaking on me still doesn't matter to me
because no one's speaking on you.
You'd be surprised. I'm just saying, if someone were to be talking shit, it don't matter where. Like, that shit won't bother me, regardless, money or not. Like, I'm just wondering how you have everything and still get bothered by people who are doing their job. Mind you, they're doing. Stephen A. Smith is doing his job, whether you agree with his takes or not. I don't agree with it, but he's doing his job.
Okay, and this is the same thing Katie said, right? So you're telling me, Stephen A. and the media people get to do what they're doing. Get to speak on basketball, speak on these people. They're doing their job, right? Which it is their job.
They're doing their job.
And then the athletes respond to them, and they're sensitive. Like both parties both people are they're chatting, they're talking.
Yeah.
So why, what I'm saying? And mind you, Stephen A. didn't say anything about KD. This wasn't a situation. Right. This wasn't a KD's being sensitive situation because he wasn't like saying, "Why are you talking about me?"
So that makes it even worse. So why is he tweeting at him? It has nothing to do with it.
But if anything, though, that makes it better, in my opinion, because it's like he's not being sensitive. He's not being in his feelings. He legit just said, basically, I disagree with your stance. Now, he said it in a very petty way, right? He kind of repeated what Stephen A. said and flipped it.
Right. We all know what he's doing.
Like, yeah, but again, the point, his point was that, like, let me say what you said, but in reverse, and show you how ridiculous it sounds. Right? I don't see the problem with it.
Yo, that's what I'm saying, bro. I'm just saying, like, that's Stephen A.'s job. For KD to flip it around and say, "Oh, this is how it looks when I'm saying it," who cares? Like, but who cares?
But here's the thing, though. But
it's not KD's job to critique commentators. Like, that's the point.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. I don't hear you complaining about random, whoever the fuck 69 on Twitter tweeting people, and that's not his job. Like,
that's his own fault.
People be tweeting, right, and their job is not to tweet.
Like I'm gonna say it one more time.
There's very few people. There's the reporters out there, and then there's the the people who be on, like, the Josiah Johnson and whatnot, and him, and the people who like make a living off of being on social media. But outside of this, so the influencers and whatnot, and the reporters, no one else. It is your job to speak on nothing. No one gives a damn what you have to say, right? Realistically speaking, right? So with that being said, but they still talk. I don't hear you out here telling them not to talk. Like, why can't he say something back? How about this, though?
Say something back to what? He wasn't directly targeted.
But that's the thing. All he's doing, but here's the thing. All he's doing is commenting on.
But KD's job is to play basketball.
Okay,
their job is to talk about KD and then others like him.
But here's the thing, though. But my thing is, just because you have a job does not mean you can't speak on things.
Okay.
Like, so I'm
just saying, like, we all know it just makes it worse because he's KD. Like, but you can speak on whatever you want, but like,
here's the thing:
it's not normal for these type of people to just.
But on the court they have a job. Off the court they don't. He's just like me off the court, except he's taller and got a lot more money, and he's balding. Other than that, he's just like me off the court.
All right, I get it. You got this.
I'm not mad at it. Also, not to mention, like, imagine if we had a bunch of all these athletes were like that. Like, who do you think is the most entertaining athlete off the court or field to you? Like, who's someone you just enjoy and has nothing to do or little to do with the actual talent?
Shit, I don't know.
For me, it's Anthony Edwards. Why? Because that nigga just funny.
Yeah,
he listed his top 5 the other day. His all-time starting 5. He put himself in it. I love it. Is he out of his damn mind? For sure. But like, I love it. Like the stuff he says, I love it. I like when the athletes. I like that they're finally getting to be,
they can have
normal.
a voice.
They can be themselves. It's like, yo, they're just like all a famous person is really is like, a regular person with a a job a popular job.
Right.
Like because they're not any better or smarter or whatever than any of us. They're just good at certain things that make a lot of money. Athletes are very good at, sports. Musicians are very good at music, but they're not inherently smarter than anybody else. They might have more access to things, but not smarter. So it's like, I like them showing that, like, I'm a regular dude. Like, how many people what Kevin Durant said probably said what Kevin Durant said before Kevin Durant said it?
Yes, that's true. But
but they don't get flack for it because they're not Kevin Durant.
Well, they probably also don't get flack because this type of shit is just now coming about with social media and shit. Like, they're just now starting to go back and forth with people. Like,
I wish more people would be like KD. Not even like KD, but more people just like do what you want to do.
Yeah,
if you want to tell Stephen A to, like,
I'm not arguing that. Like I said, my bottom line was just that at the end of the day, Stephen A is doing what he's paid to do. So
KD's doing what every other nigga on the social media does. He talks.
We're gonna leave it at that. Well, shit.
Dude, almost got me ready to start tweeting this for no damn reason now.
Man, I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I ain't knocking nobody.
No.
Not at all.
It's wild though. It's like I've been thinking, like, when the finals are up and they're done, like in the next 2 weeks?
Yeah,
probably 2.5 weeks, whatever it is. What we gonna talk about? Because it's gonna be quiet.
I don't know.
It's gonna be quiet.
Maybe whatever happens in the off season, I say maybe we start bringing people on. Maybe whatever. Who knows?
Yeah, we can bring people on, bring some guests on, talk about one in the off season. Shoot, this might have been just a seasonal sports podcast. It might turn to
I know, right?
Pop culture type shit.
We might be seasonal podcast, but we'll figure it out.
We're not seasonal; it's a sports party season. We're not going nowhere.
Right? No,
we can't afford to just drop everything and take a break until next basketball season.
No. We're about to keep shooting, man. Keep shooting.
I see you got the OVO shirt. I was just thinking about Chris Drake was at that Canadian game. J. Cole played in.
J. Cole, yep. Told you.
Did you happen to see what his line was?
Nah, I didn't. But I saw a three. I saw a three that didn't want to go in, but it went in.
Why?
That three did not want to go in.
Nah, it was one of those like, you're J. Cole. We'll go in.
Yeah, right.
It was not trying to happen.
I think that shit's so cool though.
It is. I mean, it's crazy because, like, and the dude was like interviewing, and he was like doing an interview with someone. He goes, "Oh shit, that's J. Cole."
Yeah. He actually played for UConn. That dude.
Oh,
he played for UConn. Yeah, a couple of years ago. Yep.
Damn.
So, Christian Vital, I think it's.
I missed the old UConn, man.
Yeah, it was definitely tough.
And right after the Shazier thing, man, the Shazier championship, that was just not Shazier, Shabazz Napier. Yep. I don't know what the hell else was.
The names are close.
the Shabazz Napier one. They just, well, then they got like sanctioned with the whole Kevin Ollie situation, which is still, I don't understand the whole Kevin Ollie situation.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna.
That whole situation was like, mad goofy.
Yeah.
But hey, man, you ever go to any like UConn camps growing up? Because they had like football and basketball ones.
Yeah,
like,
they did.
Camps with it.
We got it straight out the mud in Windsor. We got it straight out the mud in the driveway, so we ain't going to no camps.
I went to one of the UConn football camps. Yeah, I had to miss like a playoff game for baseball, which, you know what I'm saying? I was all right, I was better than I threw a no hitter my first game back, so I was better than I.
Okay.
But nonetheless,
no hitter, Kim.
Hey, yes, sir. I was sick. We had to miss that game, man. Like, bro, who pushes kids in a camp when they got the playoffs? For what? You know, like me, it was me and my older brother Troy. We was sick. Sitting at some football camp and like, especially as an offensive lineman, right?
I remember you complaining about that.
Yeah, yo, bro, because so the playoffs were like a double elimination, and like we lost the game, and we were the best team all year, right? You know what I'm saying? Better than all the teams. You know, the Marlins, to y'all who's on that team, fuck y'all. Fuck the Dodgers. I don't like none of y'all except maybe the White Sox. They was in the mud with us. Nonetheless, though, like, and it was double elimination. And so if you lose 2 times in the playoffs, you're out.
Yeah.
And one of the losses was when me and my brother was in there. I'm not insinuating that like the only reason we lost was because we weren't there.
Wasn't there.
But it's like, you know, we weren't there. We couldn't do nothing to contribute and help and whatever. It's like, you know, maybe we would have won if we was there. I mean, we were 2 of the better players. Well, at least we were 2 of the better players. So, like, you know.
Choose your words wisely. For a
I don't care. I'm going to say what I want. I'm going to say what I want. Put it this way. As the only person on our team to hit a home run, I'm going to say what I want to say.
All right,
I'm going to let Troy defend himself if he needs to. But 2 of the better players on the team having to miss. At the bare minimum, it's 2 starters. Right? If not 2 of the better players. So it's like, that was sick and we lost. But, so then we had to beat the Marlins, who were like the better team, 2 games in a row. Which we did, because guess who was there?
The GOAT.
Hey man, I was the GOAT. No, I'm playing. I was above average. I was how good would you say you was growing up? I feel like everyone loves to say that they was like, you know, the best.
I wasn't shit, bro. I wasn't shit. I could hang with anybody, but I wasn't shit, man. I'm gonna just be straight up.
I think so. Obviously, I moved away like freshman year of high school, right? So I can't say when it really mattered. I can't say how good I was because I wasn't there for that.
Yeah.
However, while growing up though, basketball, I would say I was above average in at least everything. I was above average in basketball. I was legitimately good at football. There's no, I was good. I was good at football. I was legitimately good at football, above average in basketball. And then
baseball.
I was good at baseball. I was good, and then I messed up my groin, and then my whole flexibility was off, and that kind of messed me up a little bit. So I started off good in baseball. I was still good at pitching. That never went away. But some other stuff kind of went away with my little groin issue. But man, I wish I could go back to them days.
I know.
Just play a couple more games.
Those are the good days, man.
Nah, facts. Like, let me play a couple more, man. Like, but nowadays, man, these kids is like, they too good for the age. Right? You got niggas dunking at the age of like 13. It's like, yo, I was happy just to like, if I could touch back.
Insane. No, it is insane. We didn't see
people
that coming up.
Dunking and doing all this other stuff. You got these like, you know, little ass kids with these just built. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, chill out. Like, what are y'all doing?
We got 2 minutes left though, so we gotta close this episode out.
It's a shame. Yeah. One of these days we'll get us off where let's just talk for more than 40 minutes. But until then,
great.
Thank
Falling
you
on a budget.
Yep. Thank you for joining us in the episode of the Born Winners podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that, you know, good stuff. Don't be hating and whatnot. Tell your friends about us, tweet us, retweet us, all that. And yeah, till next time.
Next Monday.
You got anything next Monday?
Anything I want to say real quick?
Peace.
Take a walk, drink your water.